Well, good morning, everybody. I've fallen a little bit behind in the videos with a lot of different stuff that's going on. But today we're reading First Chronicles chapter 6. And we can see that there's a real difference between David and later what's to come with Solomon. And one of the ways that we can tell that there is a difference was, as we read through today, we see that the singing that David had instituted, the worship, the singing worship of Yahweh, ended when Solomon opened up his temple. It really speaks to the heart, because David actually went against the law and what was put in place when he did that. There's only supposed to be only the high priest was actually supposed to come before the ark, and yet the singers were set up to come before the ark, and it went against the law that had been established. But that allowed it because of the heart that it came from. This was David's heart to want to worship Yahweh, and this was born like. Obviously, his relationship with Yahweh was different than what his son Solomon had. David grew up in the meadows. He grew up looking after the sheep. He grew up having to defend them from lions and bears. His was a real raw relationship that was based on a constant dependent and a constant living, a constant seeking after, sitting out underneath the stars and just being amazed by those stars and nature all around him, and that ongoing conversation. And that was the thing with David, is that he had this ongoing conversation with Yahweh, constantly talking to him about situations and seeking him in the things that he wanted to do. Solomon, as far as we know, only really heard from the Lord twice, on two occasions. And Solomon grew up in palaces. He grew up with a silver spoon. He grew up with everything he had. There was really nothing, no point where he was dependent on Yahweh. And he achieved everything he achieved because he asked for wisdom and received wisdom. And so this was the gift that was given to him. And it didn't come because of this relationship that was developed. He was really living off of his father's faith. But for David, worship was center. It was absolutely center to this relationship he had with Yahweh. And so that really begs the question of us. Like, are we born in palaces? Are we living with a silver spoon? Do we have such that we're not developing a relationship of dependence with Yahweh, of constantly seeking Him, of a constant ongoing conversation with Him? Are we missing out on that? Are we missing out on the starry nights? Are we missing out on the meadows? Are we missing out on the lessons that are all around us? Are we missing the opportunities to receive a revelation and an ongoing deepening, and we're leaving off the constant heart of worship that we're supposed to have, really? Those are some really good questions. Some things to reflect upon. Where are you? Where are you in this development? Are you a spoiled kid who doesn't hear from Yahweh at all? Do you hear His voice? Do you hear Him? Do you hear Him speaking? Do you walk with Him? Is your heart always filled with gratitude? Is everything always focused on Him? Do you consult Him? Do you ask Him about decisions that have to be made? Are you concerned about a life that pleases Him? Those are good questions. Where are we with Him? I'm going to leave that with you. Nothing like laying it on you and letting you go to it, right? So you guys be blessed today. Have a really encouraging day. Love each of you. You stay safe. God bless.